Starting off by introducing yourself and the company that you represent.
I am Madman Pongo, and I represent Girl Fight. And today, Resistance Pro joined forces with Girl Fight, and we're going to do an all-girls deathmatch tournament. And I'm going to sell the shit out of my books, hopefully.
Why did you decide to present a women's deathmatch tournament?
We got to the point now in the company where I think the story needs to be told, that narrative, that this aspect of pro wrestling, because it exists, I think it needs to be shown. It needs to be shown to the fans who want it.
Me and Jacques were talking one time, and he was like, man, I want to do something different. I want to do something that nobody's done in this area. And I just mentioned, I said, has anybody done an all-girls deathmatch tournament? He said, oh my God, no. And I'm like, let's do it.
I think this is a chance for these women to go out there and show them, hey, you've heard of the guys doing it. We do it too. They are tougher than nails. They're tougher than me. They're tougher than 99% of people I know, and they deserve the spotlight, and they should have this opportunity to show everybody what they can do.
I've been doing death matches since '97. Since '97, it's the honor system. If I fucked myself up, I drove myself to the hospital. I've done it maybe 3 times in my life. I'm very lucky. I've never broke a bone. I fractured my skull one time, and instead of going to the doctor, I super glued it shut. That was pretty fucking stupid. But other than that, it's like, as long as you know what you're getting yourself into, and this is an all-girls deathmatch tournament, all 8 girls knows what it is.
Tonight you're going to have a no-rope barbed wire match, so we'll remove the ring ropes and put a barbed wire instead. You'll also have a dog collar match where the women will be with a dog collar on. They'll have a chain attached, which they can use as a weapon and also to stop their opponent from getting away from them. There'll be Taipei broken glass, which will be broken glass beer bottles, bottles of any kind of glass, and they'll have tape reversed on their hands, and they'll dip it in the glass and fight that way. There'll be kendo sticks and thumbtacks. The main event will be a steel cage. And we're trying to set a record with the most amount of light tubes ever used in a steel cage match. So we're encouraging the fans to bring light tubes in to help with that. And whoever brings the most light tubes will get a banner with all the talent on it, signed by all the talent, that they can have as a keepsake for that. Thank you everybody for coming in. I know this is new to the area in a long, long time. We want to keep this going. This is already the pre-sale is awesome. Thank you very much, Gawel, for coming in. If this ends up like we think, this is going to be a constant. You know,
a yearly thing.
So let's keep this up. And this is also with Resistance. We're high on women's wrestling. It's always been our bread and butter. So Mickey can attest to that. This is futures for everybody. So not just deathmatch. Let's have fun. Let's fucking kill it.
Anything, Gabe? Like Mickey said, all right, and this is so fucking important to me. I want you guys to have good matches. I want to sell the DVD, but don't fuck yourselves up. Me, Gabe, and Jacques all agree. Go out there and fucking kill this show. Don't kill yourselves. Everybody cool?
If you're not comfortable doing it,
if you're not comfortable doing it, Sage is cool. Anybody else? All right. Everybody put in a fucking hand. Put a hand in.
Send us home.
far away hand. I'm going to show it.
Let's get his fucking hand in there.
He's filling up right now. Okay.
What are we saying?
Girl fight on 3. 1, 2, 3. Girl fight!
Let's do it.
He's got both my matches. He can. Does anyone have a max?
Okay, I'm from Mexico City. My name is Nauseam XI, and well, what can I say?
Can you please tell us your name?
Rebecca Payne.
And where are you from?
I am from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
First of all, I'm a luchadora. I'm a Mexican wrestler, so the lucha stuffs are the first for me. You know, I get the American style. I don't have any problem. I have a little bit of a Japanese style, but the first one is Mexican. Always lucha, always lucha, always lucha.
I have 9 stitches in my eye from a hardcore match last weekend, and I also broke my arm in the ring back in October, requiring 2 steel rods and 12 screws. So
you can't know how you're gonna end at the end of the night. You don't know if you will be hard, or if you will be really bad injured. You can't know that. But I don't really care about that, because if I'm thinking in that possibility, maybe will be worse in the ring.
I can't fear it every day and be scared every time I step in the ring. It's an adrenaline rush. For me, I don't feel any pain when I'm out there in the ring. Maybe 15 or 20 minutes after the match, but I don't feel any pain out there in the ring. I truly love what I'm doing. Things didn't go exactly as I planned tonight. Obviously, I would have liked to move on in the tournament, but the Dark was a hell of an opponent, and I can't wait to do it again.
I'm Jules Malone, the Hardcore Princess. What was the other part?
And where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Toronto, Canada.
I am Randy West, toughest broad in the business. I've been doing this for going on 16 years. I was Queen of the Deathmatch in 2014 for IWA Mid-South, and then I competed as the only woman in Lord of the Hardcore for UPW in Michigan in 2015, and then again in 16. And then I was also in Queen of the Deathmatch 2015. And I just recently did Goddess of Gore this past March in California.
I like sharp things, I like to hurt people, and I'm not afraid of blood. I'm slightly sadistic, and it makes me laugh. It entertains me. Well, I get a rush out of just being able to fight. I've been involved in martial arts and fighting sports for about, 15 years or so. So it's just always been my thing, and even I've been watching wrestling since I was 4 years old, and the first time I saw weapons being used was nails against the big boss man. He used the nightstick, and then I was like, this is the awesomest thing in the world. And so then I just took on a liking to hardcore.
with any kind of weapons match, whether it be a death match or it's just, you go into and you're doing karate or you're doing judo and you have the kendo sticks or there's always a risk. So you always have a small bit of fear. But I've been through so many different scenarios, going bad or going right, that it doesn't necessarily control how I act anymore. Like I know it's going to happen. Something could happen. So I just prepare myself and go into it and do it.
Show us what you got there. Show us your weapon, please.
Well, this is my barbed-wire baseball bat, and it's a Louisville Slugger. Also a baseball fan, so got to throw a little bit of my childhood passion in there also. So I like to carry it around, brush my hair with it sometimes it gets caught in my hair. But I usually like to just hit my opponents with it and scare fans.
But physically, like, you can't physically prepare for somebody to hit you with a wooden bat or an aluminum bat, and then it's covered in barbed wire. Also, you just have to put yourself in the mindset like there's a prize, and I'm going to win it, no matter what it takes. And that's kind of where I go when the first bell rings, and I don't leave that until my last bell rings.
Excellent, thank you. Are you next?
Yeah.
Thanks. Any pre-match jitters?
I don't know. Just getting ready, get stretched out, make sure everything's good to go.
You're ready.
I'm ready. Barbed wire bats suck.
Again. Jules is always bleeding. Oh wait, no, not there.
So,
Okay.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I think everything else.
I left my kick pads at
That's a
home.
blood clot. That's just a little scratchy mark from the barbed wire. That one's gonna be gross.
Yeah, but the fact that I didn't shave.
A nice little scratch from the bat there.
There was a lot of blood. I lost a lot of blood. We just stopped this one from squirting out. It's from the barbed wire bat. It's pretty thick and deep, and it's still bleeding. They had to tape it up and glue it together. This is, well, there's a lot of damage there. They had to rip me open. This is probably not going to stop bleeding for a while. That's from barbed wire again, too. I got some nice holes. I don't know what my face looks like, to be honest, right now. Haven't looked yet.
My ring name is Chloe, and I've been wrestling for going on 6 years. This is my first ever death match.
I'm the Pumpkin Queen, Sage Sin, from the town of Halloween, or, of course, originally California, Southern California.
I'm more worried about my opponent liking me than the pain, really. Like, I just want to get over with them, and I just want to have a good reputation as being easy to work with.
I do prefer hardcore matches to standard matches because, honestly, I have more fun with it. It's more brutal and violent, and I mean, I guess, yeah, that sounds worse for me, but I have more fun doing it to inflict more damage on my opponents.
Maybe I'll do another death match in the future, but I'm not really a death match wrestler. I'm more of a, technical wrestler, but I just wanted to try it to see, just to say that I did it, to get it under my belt, It's one of the things I've always wanted to try.
Honestly, anything can happen. That's why they're called death matches, because honestly, I mean, any weapon or any time something could happen where you cut a vein, you cut an artery, and it could turn into an emergency situation at any moment, really.
How do I look?
Amazing. Can I get a close-up of this?
Yeah. Did you see the thumbtacks in my butt and in my shoes? Wrestling's not fake.
So, what did you feel like when you were out there for the first time?
I felt a lot of adrenaline. Like, the bump and the thumbtacks didn't really hurt as much as I thought it would. I got one in the back of my head right here, but I just pulled it out. That's the only one I really felt go in. Other than that, it was great. You know, I had some hesitation. Of course, it showed that I was nervous out there because it was my first time, but I think it went pretty well.
Is there another death match in your future then?
Possibly.
Possibly, I think about
Now
it.
that I think I got a taste for my own blood, I think I like it.
I'm Maria Manick. I'm an independent wrestler from the East Coast. I've been wrestling for about 4 years now, and I'd say in about the last year I got into hardcore deathmatch wrestling.
My name is Mickey Knuckles, and I currently live near Louisville, Kentucky. I'm the first girl that's ever wrestled men in a hardcore match. The reason why there was a deathmatch tournament for all females that was created was because of me.
Over time, wrestling to me has become very, on TV it's become very childish. It's become very too gimmicked. You know what I mean? And I like the fun stuff. I like having fun, but I also like it to be real. I like it to be a fight. And to me, this is a fight. We're bleeding. We're hitting each other with chairs. We're going through doors and doors. You can't fake that. You know what I mean? And the people that want to say, oh, wrestling isn't real. Wrestling is something you watch when you're a kid. Oh, well, this shit is real.
When I broke into this business, I was told I had to make a commodity of myself. If I wanted to get booked and be seen, I had to make myself unique in some way. Well, it's obvious by my stature I'm not going to be this really skinny girl and big old boobs and pretty to boot. So I needed to do something that was going to put a little niche on me. Deathmatch was it. I had a high pain tolerance. I was trained at IWA Mid-South Wrestling, where deathmatch was prominent at that time.
The first time I was in the ring and I was covered in blood and my eyes were covered in blood. All I could see was red. You know in night vision movies, when you see green, all you see is green. All I saw was red. And it was the craziest, scariest thing I had ever seen in my life. I was like, this is awesome. And for the first time in my life, I was like, I 100% feel alive. My whole life, I always felt like I was just missing something. Something was, and I was like, oh, is it I'm missing love or I'm missing a career? It's like, no, this is it. This is insane, but this is it. I feel so alive right now and I want to do this again.
My debut match was at something called King of the Death Matches. And it was a non-deathmatch tournament, but I almost died. The girl dropped me the wrong way on the chair. The chair was like this, the back of the chair was here, and then my head was here with the neck right here, my body straight up. And it very could have well broke my neck. I don't remember it because I was knocked out during the whole time. I still was on my feet and wrestling. Don't remember.
People ask me all the time, don't you get nervous for matches? And I say, well, do you get nervous to wake up and live your day? Because you could walk outside and get hit by a car, just as I could go in the ring and break my neck. My boyfriend told me once that it stuck with me. He's a deathmatch wrestler too. He does a lot more than me. He's crazy. He said, don't listen to the fear. Be the fear. Be stronger than the fear. I am scarier than this fear that's in my head. And I kind of took that. Now, if I'm getting nervous or I'm getting anxiety, that's what I think. And I say, I am stronger than this fear that's inside of me. Because this fear inside of me is not real. It doesn't exist. It's not real.
She's kind of strong, guys. She's kind of strong. Oh. Not strong enough.
you please introduce yourself?
My name is Joseph Schwartz. I am the husband of Randy West, who is participating today in the tournament.
So you are also a wrestler?
Absolutely. I attempted deathmatch wrestling for about a year and a half, competed in multiple tournaments, was able to win IWA's Prince of the Death matches, but I was actually mentored through that whole time by Randy, because she was the veteran of deathmatch wrestling, amongst a couple others, but Randy was my coach when I was doing deathmatch wrestling and showed me how to do it.
And in the past years, that thought that, we have to step it up and do these crazy things just to outdo the men because no one's paying attention to us. Like, we go out to wrestle and they're going to the bathroom or they're going outside to smoke a cigarette. And so we start doing these crazy things and people stop going outside. And they stop going to the bathroom because they're going to hit each other with some crazy stuff, and the guys don't even do that.
There's always going to be that 20% of me that's my wife. She is bleeding. I hope she doesn't bleed out. That was a deep gash. That was a hard chair shot. Is her brain scrambled? Is she caught in the barbed wire? There's always going to be that little percent, but I would say in order to survive as long as we have, you do have to have a little bit of faith that she's at work, she knows what she's doing, and she's a veteran of the game. So you got to just have faith.
Oh, my family hates it. My mom says I was born a girl, I should act like one. My dad tells me, you've been doing it too long, you're too old for it now. There's younger girls out there. My grandmother was the only one that supported me, but she was also the reason I got into it. She got to see my first match before she passed away, so at least she got to see me do it.
Wrestling itself is dangerous. When you get into wrestling, what we do is dangerous. We are, it's okay, so people know it's entertainment, but, we're live stuntmen and stunt women. And we do these stunts and we have to do them safely. And we have to do them on the fly, in a crowd, in front of people. So, someone else's parlor trick is just different. So it's all a risk. You just gotta know what you sign up for and you gotta know your limitations. So I wouldn't say that I'd want her to ever quit, but there are times where sometimes I wish she'd know her limitations, but I don't think it's a need to quit deathmatch wrestling. Not yet.
I turned 37 this year, so I'm not a spring chicken like some of the girls coming up. I've been doing this 16 years. I started when I was 21. I started old in this business. Now I have students that are 15 training to be wrestlers, and they're going to be good. So it's like whatever. I might be old in the business now, but I'm leaving a little bit of me with them so that they can carry on and make this business better, because ultimately that's all we want to do is just pass on and make it better for the next generation.
Now, what does your family think about what you do?
Some of my family is very proud and very happy to follow the lineage, but other family members are, a little squeamish, I should say. My father, wrestling father Supreme, he had guided me along into the ways, brought me in to be his valet, and showed me all there was to deathmatch wrestling, and I just fell in love with it watching him.
I had begged to be in the deathmatch tournament. I knew I needed to do something. I had to make my name somewhere, and that's where I wanted it to be. I became the first ever female participant and King of the Deathmatch. I went on to become the first ever female to participate in something called Double Death. IWA Deep South had a deathmatch tournament. I am still the only female in the entire world that's ever done a barefoot thumbtack match with 10,000 thumbtacks. No other girls will touch it.
I guess the goal in the end of the day is to, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. So you have to beat the best everywhere that comes with the territory. There's not just workers in California, there's workers everywhere. So I want to beat any and every worker I can to prove that I am the best deathmatch wrestler out there.
So the reason why this is going on is because when I was young and stupid, I decided that this is what I needed to do. And it inadvertently paved the way for a lot of other girls to say, you know what, we can do that too. I've got a 7-year-old stepson, I've got a 5-year-old daughter, and then I've got a 2-year-old boy. I shelter my children. I want them to grow up and have their own perceptions about everything and then say, this is something mommy does. However, one of my kids was at school and they were Googling kids' parents to show them internet safety. And they Googled me and he came up with some stuff. So I had some things to explain to my kids, and I told them.
It's actually funny because I didn't saw wrestling or lucha. I think never in my life. I just love the hard sports. I used to do karate, taekwondo, kickboxing, a lot of sports. And then just one day I said, hey, I want to train lucha. So I entered into the lucha world, and that's how I became Blue Dark. The people love me. The people know that I don't care if it's male, woman, a kid, old man, an old woman. I don't care. I'm going just for the wrestling and for blood.
I kind of lost my smile. I didn't want to do it anymore. It kind of became mundane. And my little daughter looked at me and she said, but Mommy, you're my superhero. If you quit, then who's going to make everything right?
Without the mask, I'm more, relaxed, more, I don't know, like another chair in the place maybe. But with the mask, it's totally different. I'm always playing, hitting people. I'm playing with the staple gun in the arenas. I just simply don't care. I think Blue Dark is stronger.
I've completely shattered this entire leg. I've got rods up here where I've snapped the femur in half. I've got pins and screws down in the ankle. I've got a torn ACL in my knee right now. I've got something in my back going on. They see the pain that Mommy has to go through on a daily basis, just with arthritis and everything else. And I tell them this is the consequence of Mommy's choices. There are choices and there's consequences. Every choice is a consequence. This was Mommy's.
Being here tonight is totally a pleasure for me. It's a honor, and I don't know. It's so fucking interesting, so exciting for me.
My daughter is a showman through and through. She's into ballet. She's into all this other stuff. And she has told me before she wants to wrestle. And what I told her was that she would have to go to college and complete college before I would ever think about allowing somebody to train her. And that I would get to pick the person who trains her.
I'm seeing that there's a lot more credit being given to women's wrestling. I think that within the last several years, there's been a lot more properly trained women that are just as hungry as, like, they're just as hungry as anybody else.
There's a bad stigma for women's wrestling. So lately I think women are doing a very good job at trying to turn that stigma around and showing that we have all the capabilities, all the strength, all the moves and the talent just as much, if not better, than the men do.
For me, it's always just been to prove that a woman can do anything a man can. And I honestly think tonight, this being an all-female tournament, that we're really going to accomplish that.
More in Mexico, it's like, oh, we are machos, and you can be in here, you can be in the wrestling, so the wrestling is for males, you can be here. It's like, okay, I have to prove myself.
I know me personally, even before I got into any hardcore type of wrestling, I proved myself to men because I was going in there wrestling guys, and I was physically stronger than them. In real life.
And we're not even talking hardcore matches.
No, regular matches, completely regular matches. And I was proving myself that I'm just as strong as you guys. I can keep up with you. You know what I mean? You're not any more athletic than me. You're not any stronger than me. You're not any more capable of wrestling than me.
Your life is your life. You have to live it. No one else lives it for you. So the decisions you make will always come back to you. It never falls on anybody else's shoulders when you make that decision. So if you make that decision to be a pro wrestler, to be a deathmatch wrestler, make it. Commit to it and love it. Own it. Make it yours. Don't let other people's opinions, halter any kind of dreams that you might have in following. Because if I would have had them just listen to everybody, I wouldn't be here. I'd be at a 9-to-5 job, and I'm not knocking anybody with a 9-to-5 job, but I can't, that's not me. It never was. Find you and be you.